Okay, so it's the first episode of Veg for the season. I've been to a few garage sales, but I haven't really been doing it serious. I may start putting a little more time into it. I may not. I don't know. Let's talk about some of the stuff I got. The first thing I got, the first garage sale find of the season, is this. And this is Sonic Racing for the Nintendo DS. And I paid $5 for it. I talked them down from $8. That's about what it goes for online. I didn't get bamboozled. It's complete. It's in good condition. But I really like this series, the Sonic All-Star Kart Racing. It's not that great on the DS, but now I have it. The second game I saw at the garage sales, only paid $1 for it. My girlfriend wanted to play this on the Wii U when it first came out. She's like, oh, this looks cute. And so I picked this up. And there you go. Pac-Man, The Ghostly Adventures. Asking to paid $1. So pretty good stuff. The next thing is, I was trying to not look at Let Go because I'm trying to just not spend money right now, but you know, I get this sick craving for deals. So maybe I will do some garage sailing, but I'll tighten up on the cheap wadness and start walking away from stuff unless it's really bargain bin prices. But this is a really cool item, and occasionally, like, I've stopped, you know, I don't really look at Lego, but occasionally it'll say, hey, remember me, friend? Like, get some deals. So I just happened to look at it, and I just happened to see the wireless Sega Genesis controllers. So this infrared receiver plugs into your Genesis Model 1 or Model 2. I think it'll work on the JVC-Xi. Yeah, it fits in the JVC-Xi. Yeah, you can't see it. I'm not moving the camera, but I just plugged it into my JVC-Xi, which is on my main setup. I've been playing over there on the B setup, and actually been playing Phantasy Star through the power base converter. And one of these controllers has been giving me shit. I don't know. You might be able to see that. I don't think so, but yeah, this is the one that's got batteries. Should be able to see that. Yeah, but for some reason you can't. Whatever. This controller works flawlessly. Have not had any issues with it. This controller has been giving me problems. If I have it, there's a switch on the bottom for player 1, player 2. And on player 1, some of the buttons work. When I look at it through my cell phone camera, I see infrared lights coming out when I press every button. So I don't know. I might have to open this up. And then also on the dongle that plugs into your system, there's a switch on the side that says 1P, and it's got 2 little dashes. I don't know. I don't have a manual for this thing. So I may look. I may hit some Sega forums. If you know how this shit works, let me know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But these go for pretty big boy dollars on eBay. Paid $20 for the set. And got a copy of Sonic 2 with the manual. I don't know. I'll do something with it. But the one works. I've been playing through Phantasy Star with it, and it's been working really well, actually. And I don't know. Well, it was probably working great until I threw it on the fucking floor like an idiot. That was smooth. You know, you get something cool, and you might as well just smash it on your floor. I'm sure it's okay, right? So we'll throw that over there more gently. And then, you know, I did some garage sailing and been striking out and hearing a lot about other people asking about video games. Everyone's asking about video. Everyone's, oh yeah, I've been asked a million times about video games. So, one of the cities around here this weekend was their community sale. I only went on the Wednesday. I only went on the Sunday, which was yesterday. And, so I spent $13 at this sale. And I went to a sale right around the corner. Hey, you have any video games? No, everyone's been asking us. No, we don't have any video games. My brother said he'll bring some video games. He was supposed to bring them today, But maybe at the next sale we'll have some video games. And so we go to one right around the corner. Almost skipped this one, but when we walk up, we see this bad boy just sitting in the sunlight with this $5 sticker right there on it. And it's like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna get this for $5. Now, I had $13 left of my weekend funding, and so this was sitting out, and I've already cleaned this up. I've already cleaned up all this stuff. I didn't, who cares? Do you really want a before and after comparison of how filthy this stuff is? And then this was sitting out. This is a PS2 Slim, but it's a silver one. I don't have a silver one, and it had a bunch of Sharpie dots. There's about maybe, let's say, 10, somewhere between 8 and 12 Sharpie dots around it. And a little rubbing alcohol, some filth in here. Absolutely knuckle deep in filth. But so I got this, and stack it back upright. Oh, and interestingly enough, this has got the red RAM pack. Now, I'm torn on what to do with this. I told my friend Kyle I'd keep an eye out for one of these with him. And I may trade, but I don't see these very much, and I only have one. So I kind of want to hold on to it, because I like to have spares of as much shit as possible. And then if I see another one, I'll hook them up. I'm torn. I don't know. I'm already giving him a copy of GoldenEye. So, and then has the PS2 has the matching silver controller, which I've not cleaned this up yet. This is in better condition, but still pretty schmutzy. So we got this. And then this is also got a $1 tag on it, the black PS2 controller. At least I think it looks like, just use your imagination. What you think it looks like is smeared on there. Just use your imagination. It looks gross. I need to clean this off real bad. Like, I'm not going to touch my face after I finish this video. I'm going to wash my hands. But it's got the gray plug. So I don't know if someone swapped the internals of a PS2 controller with the internals of a PS1 controller. It doesn't look right. It's the black controller with a gray plug at the end, like the PlayStation 1s. Like, the shape of it is different. It looks like a PS1 cord. So I don't know if someone swapped the cord. I haven't plugged it in or tested this one yet. I haven't done anything with it. The PS2 had 2 memory cards. They're both PS2, a red and a black one. Haven't looked at them to see what's on there. I also picked up the component cables. It's like, like not. And then we got this stack of video games. And I said ladies, there's 2 ladies at this garage sale. I said, hey ladies, to be honest with you, got $13 in my pocket. Oh wait, I actually forgot an item. And then there's this, a white Xbox 360 controller with a $3 asking price. It had a black battery back, but I had this white one I wasn't using, so I went ahead and gave it a new home. Just tested it out. This one works fine. It is a good condition. I cleaned it out. And these crevices, like around here, these crevices, I went through with a toothpick, and I got like about a pound of sludge out of here. So I don't know what the hell these ladies were doing with these things, but it's clean now. It's responsive. Everything's clicky. The analog sticks feels like it hasn't seen a lot of action. There's still some gunk in the D-pad area. I don't know how to. I've never taken apart a 360 controller, but I did the best to dig it out with a toothpick. A Q-tip was too fat to get in there. So from this garage sale yesterday, we got the N64 with the red RAM pack, the PS2. The PS2 came with 2 controllers. One looks suspicious. 2 memory cards. Fat component cables. Those always come in handy. Like I use generic cables, and these are like fat and feel heavily shielded, and some stout component cables. That's nice. this 360 controller. The two consoles had $5 tags sitting on them. A stack of PS2 games. I said, listen, ladies, I'll be honest with you, I got $13 in my pocket. How's $13 for all the video game stuff sound? They're like, okay. Every single one of these games is pretty much worthless. I'm going to hold on to them. I do intend some point this year to get a nice disc resurfacer, like a really primo pro one. And these will be some good testing. Like, there's a few games in here that if I can get them to work, I'd like them to work. But if they don't, they're not, like, I'm not damaging anything that could be of value. So they'll be good practice fodder, especially the ones I don't care about. Practice on them, try to salvage the ones that I think are worth salvaging. So let's go ahead and take a look at the games we got. Now, most of these, there's no artwork, but they're in PS2 cases. Like, it's that dark blue plastic, and it's got the memory card holder. So, if I ever need to do any case upgrades, you know, because there's a couple games I have that I bought on eBay a long time ago that came in DVD cases but have the artwork manual and game. Like Robot Alchemic Drive is one, so it might be getting an upgrade. Anyway, we got Singstar Amped. That's a real solid title, I'm sure. And every one of these discs is just scratched up. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is... They all look like that. They look like they've just been thrown on the floor. This one, we got NFL Street. I'm sure that's a real solid, heavy-hitting title. We got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I'm sure someone in the world cares about that, but I don't. We got Burnout 3, Takedown. Cool. We got... Okay, now see, this is one that I would play if it wasn't all scratched to hell and gone. Like, yeah. So we got SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs 2. Scratched to hell. Now, this is one of those super popular games back in the day on the PS2. It, like, you know, was the real big selling point for the PlayStation Network adapter. And, Jack 3. So, SOCOM 2, Jack 3. If I can salvage these, I would play them. You know, I'd give them a shot. Scarface, The World Is Yours. I'm sure that is, like, worth owning a PS2 for right there. We got Soul Calibur 2. I have the greatest hits version of this. So, I mean, I really don't care about the alternative artwork at all. But, you know, because, I mean, a lot of times back in the day, especially on the PS2, the greatest hits versions of games would patch any errors, you know, and fix any mistakes because they couldn't do, like, downloads and updates and shit. So a lot of times there would be fixes in the greatest hits releases for some things. But, you know, it's complete. It's got a manual, a case, and then the disc is all scratched to hell. So I don't know how well that's showing up. I don't know. Spider-Man 2, the game. This was supposed to be a really cool game. It's a shame that, like every other one of these titles, it is scratched to bejesus. Like, some of these might actually play. I don't know. I've seen some pretty screwed up discs boot before. What do we got? Seek and Destroy. Now, this game looks pretty rad. I mean, I don't know. It's a tank game of some kind. It looks like a real crappy game, but it might be a fun crappy game. So this is another one that, if I can salvage it, I would play it. You know, I'd see what's up. I'd give it 15 minutes of my life. And then in here, I stacked a couple things. This was in the system, and as you guessed, it was scratched to hell. This is Scooby-Doo's Night of 100 Frights. My girlfriend wants to play this. You know what I mean? It's Scooby-Doo, you know. It's probably cool for that. I feel like Scooby-Doo. Tony Hawk Underground 2. Don't care. Skateboards, you know, whatever. And Winter 2002 Jam Pack, brought to you by PlayStation Underground. So we got a demo disc that is scratched to hell. I just shoved those in here. So some of these cases are in okay condition. They might be some upgrade material. You know, I would kind of like to play SOCOM. I'm thinking since I've got the funding for the wall that I have to build to protect the collection before I move in with the woman and start, you know, living like a real life grown up. And the dream, I got these two Sony Trinitrons. I got the 37-inch one back here, and then I got the 27-inch one that's already in the basement. And I'd like to have both of them. I've got matching entertainment TV stands. I'd like to have them side by side. And for like Mondo Cool TV projects that I want to get to, there are some multiplayer things I'd like to record, and I'd like to be able to record on, let's say, my Super Game Boy 2 and Game Boy Player. And I'd like to have two TVs set up side by side so I can have that system link shit and be able to record both of them and then, you know, edit it together later. Stuff like that. I've mentioned, you know, if you've followed my channel over the past 10 years, I've mentioned the Xbox LAN, which I'm definitely going to have that set up. I'm definitely going to have Kyle come over and we'll play through some co-op games or, like, play some Outrun 2. Shit like that. I've been dying to do that. And Kyle's down to play some video games. And once I get a nice, slick, roomy setup, I'm looking forward to it. But I was looking at this PS2, and it's got the built-in modem. I got a couple of these. I was thinking, you know, there might be some cool PS2 LAN games that we could co-op through. And I was thinking, SOCOM, that might be a good series to go through. And, I don't know. Just shit I'm thinking about. So, this is pretty cool. $13 got me the N64, the PS2. I do, like, the power and video cables are over there. This did not come with the controller. And I didn't, you know, I'd already spent my $13, so it really didn't matter. I mean, I guess I could ask my woman to spend some cash. And, I mean, she had cash on her, so it would have been fine. But I didn't ask if they had any controllers or games for this. Which is just like, you know, I see these deals. You know, they're asking $5 on an N64 and a PS2 Slim in a color I don't have. I'm just like, oh, I'm excited. Here, take it. And I get the hell out of there before, like, something wrong happens, before it gets bad. So, like, that's the mindset I have. And then as soon as I got in the car, I was like, I should have asked if they had some games for the N64 or a controller or something. If they had any more video game stuff. I did not ask. And that is rookie amateur hour garbage. Like, what the hell? What am I doing out there? This is my first deal of the season. I was sort of getting bummed out, man. I'd probably... this year so far, since February, when I hit a couple in Florida when we were on vacation, maybe hit up 10 garage sales, and every one of them, so 1 million people have asked. I sold two separate occasions. I heard that I just missed a bunch of Game Boy stuff. Some Game Boy Advance and some original Game Boy stuff. Oh, that hurt. That just really hurt. And, so, I don't know. This community sale gives me an opportunity to download the map of that particular municipality so I can look at where the high population centers are. And I was using that map and was GPS into some specific addresses when I found this. And man, maybe I should have taken some before and after pictures, because now it looks pretty clean. It looks pretty nice now. But it looked like someone was just blasting bodily fluids all over it. I don't know. So, paid $13 for that last bit. Paid $20 for what's, you know, really the coolest item, these wireless Genesis controllers. Two of those with the little dongle. One of them works. I might open this one up and see if it, like, just, you know, sometimes opening something up and cleaning it. Maybe there's, like, dust inside that's blocking the infrared beams. Like, who knows? I don't know. I'll screw with it, and if I get it to work better, I'll let you know, I guess. Leave a comment, ask a question, tell a friend, bring a buddy. I don't know. Bill Goodman's got a knife show. I don't even know. Tell a buddy, bring a friend. My last video on YouTube got like 66 views. It's been sitting at that for a long time. And you know what? I think Virtua Cop 2 deserves more than 66 views. Yeah, I'm kind of digging the silver PS2. I think this looks pretty good. Now, you should have seen it yesterday before I got the Sharpie off of it. And I mean, it's not perfect, but it was pretty nice. I like the way this one looks. What other colors did they make, the Slim PS2? Didn't really know there's a lot of colors out there. Anyway, I've babbled on for like 20-something minutes. I'm going to edit this real quick, and then I'm going to go back to playing Phantasy Star. That's my plan for the day. But the game room and move is coming sooner and sooner and sooner and closer. Maybe I'll make a video showing what this dank, desolate pit of squalor and misery looks like. I'm usually pretty embarrassed to show what's going on, just because I got like a pile of clothes over here. The carpet's all jacked up. My case with all my Nintendo tapes and PS3 games is like tilted 30 degrees to the side. It's that cheap Walmart bookcase crap. It's just self-destructing. The plan at the new game room is I'm going to build all my shelves. I have a pretty cool idea. I think I mentioned it in the last podcast. I want to have them on wheels so that I can wheel them around. I've babbled on too long. Leave comments, ask questions. I enjoy it.